Hello, welcome to the program today. I'm so glad you joined me because I'm going to be sharing with you today out of my book, Better Than You Think. See, I realized a long time ago that I was sabotaging my relationship, sabotaging my success because I did not know how to think right. I was thinking on failures and past experiences. I was so self-focused and focused on the things that were wrong with me. I believe we learned that in the earth curse system. We all grew up in the valley of the shadow of death. We grew up in a system that told us we were never going to measure up. We were not enough. We couldn't do whatever it was that we wanted to do. But when we started out as little children, we would have dreams and visions. Very quickly to have someone tell us that's not possible, or stop daydreaming, or stop thinking that way. You need to be doing this. Do you know you'll never change where you are today unless you change the way you think? God began to unveil this to me. Many years ago, actually, I was struggling. We were, financially struggling. We were newlyweds, Gary and I wanted to do something great with my life. I'd always dreamed of doing something fantastic. And here I find myself struggling. We're living in an apartment with the old 70s shag carpet, and it just looked like we weren't going anywhere. I actually took one of our old vehicles and bondoed it, if you can believe it. If you know what that is, where you take and you cover the rust spots and fix it so I could sell it to pay for our first child that was born. So here I'm a new mom, got a little baby. We're driving a beat-up car, which we're having to bondo to sell, to just try to make ends meet. Those are rough times, but in some ways when you're younger, there are also adventurous times where you're dreaming things are going to get better, and you're envisioning it's going to get better. Well, we had the benefit of getting involved with a sales organization. My husband took a job with a sales organization. Now, he was very shy and quiet, and I was more outgoing, but he was kind of trying to work through this. So I got involved really just to try to encourage him and to help him. I read a book, Think and Grow Rich. I started to recognize that what we were thinking on, what we were envisioning, had power in it. And so my very first experience with this was when we had the opportunity in the sales company to win a trip to a resort, a 5-star resort in Florida, in Boca Raton. And wow, they had a video. Back then it was the VHS tape, right? So they had this video they put out of all the beautiful things at this 5-star resort. And the soft pink building, I can still see that today. That's how powerful images are. That's how powerful goals are in our life. When we get a picture, we get a goal, we write something, we write the vision and make it plain. We continue to read it and dwell on it, and we see it before our eyes. It makes a huge difference in where we're going. Many of us are going somewhere we don't want to go because we haven't set a destination and we haven't focused our goals toward that place and gone that way. And that's why I wrote Better Than You Think, because I want to help people stop sabotaging their success and get to the real dreams they have. And so this dream to go to Boca Raton was in me, and I put that VHS tape in every day. I started making my husband look at it. He wasn't too moved by it, but I was moved by it. I wanted this trip, and that motivated me. You begin to realize over time what motivates you. Some people are motivated by rewards or prizes. Some are motivated by trips or encouragement. Some people are motivated by the finances, the money, the esteem, the respect. All these different things are important. God gave you the ability to envision reward. Stop chastising yourself and thinking that it's not righteous or it's not right to want a reward. It's okay to want rewarded. Even the Word of God is full of reward. God gives us the rewards for choosing Him. Choosing Jesus Christ, there we are rewarded with heaven. We're rewarded in this life as we follow His plan for our life. So I began to watch those VHS tapes, and to the point where I would tell my husband, I want to go on this trip, I want to go on this trip. And he'd say, I don't know if it's possible. And so we were getting our mindset changed little bit by little bit because a picture we were putting before ourselves every day. And then I took a next step because I wanted this so bad, and this is key in the way you think. When you begin to meditate on something, a prize, a picture, you'll begin to adjust your attitudes and your actions to go to that place. So what did I do? I got licensed and became part-time in this sales organization as well, because I felt like it was going to take that extra push for me to help us get to this goal of getting it to go to this beautiful 5-star resort. So I got licensed. The very last day of the contest, we were down to needing 2 cases to be able to win this trip to Boca Raton. I had a case I had opened. My husband had a case he had opened. We were both headed to the closing. And in that day, we didn't have a cell phone. We couldn't just call each other, hey, how's it going? It was really a step of faith. I can remember sitting on that appointment, and now I'm pregnant at this time, and so I'm sitting there pregnant, and I'm trying to get the case, and I'm giving them every reason they need to take this case. And finally, in an act of desperacy, I finally said, I'm in a contest. I need this case tonight. I have to get this. They signed the paperwork. Whatever I said, I don't even know what I said, but because I had a goal, because I had a vision, it helped me to get outside of fear, which is what I want to help you do today. Get outside of the fear, the bondage, the thoughts that are holding you back, and move forward to what God has for you and enjoy the dreams and the visions. And so because I had that vision, I was relentless. I ended up getting the paperwork that evening, getting it signed. Now, let me tell you, when I left there, I had a certain amount of time to get to the FedEx office. I was supposed to meet Gary there. He was getting his case. I was getting mine. We were going to meet there. We were praying and believing both of these cases were going to come through for us. And so I didn't even know how to get to the FedEx office in the amount of time I had left. I was praying. Again, when you have that vision, you have that goal, you're searching. You're searching spiritually. You're searching mentally. You're thinking thoughts. You're trying to figure a way to get to the destination. And as I'm praying, driving my car as fast as I can get, going down the Sand Springs Expressway, headed toward the city of Tulsa, knowing somewhere there is FedEx. The way I know to go is not going to get me there in time. So I'm crying out to God, praying, asking, how do I get there? I know there's an outer belt. I know there has to be another way, but I don't know the way. See, many of us don't know the way to our dream. We're searching, we're trying to figure it out. We're on the outer belt, we're circling, and our dream is in the middle, and we just don't know how to get there. And that's why I want to help you. I want to help you get to your dream. Stop circling, stop being stuck like the Israelites were in the wilderness, circling and circling when their promise was right there before them. So as I'm crying out to God and I'm praying as hard as I know to pray, a FedEx truck comes speeding past me. Now I know that it's at the end of the night, and when they're driving fast, he's driving even faster than I'm driving, right? And so he comes speeding past me. I know, all of a sudden I know he's headed in to the office. I follow the FedEx truck right into, he takes me the right direction, and sure enough, there was a shortcut there, and he knew it. And so I took that shortcut. I followed the truck all the way in, and that's why you need mentors. You need people. That's what I want to do, and I want to help you because I know you've got the ability in you. I know God's placed a dream in you. I want to help you fulfill it and get there. I've realized so many of my dreams, which I'll tell you about later, but I did this because I got a hold of something, some truth that I put in this book, Better Than You Think. And I carried that out and saw it take me to my destiny. Just like following that FedEx truck, I had a guide. I had someone helping me to get there, a mentor. So I followed him into the parking lot. I'll never forget seeing my husband, Gary, with his hands up around his eyes, looking into the darkness, searching for me to come. It was deadline. It was like Cinderella and the clock striking, at midnight. I come flying into there. The office closed at 11 o'clock. My husband pushes the door open. Did you get the case? I come running. Yes, we are filling our paperwork out while we're apologizing, while we're thanking the FedEx guy, while we're, just trying to buy some time. We finished filling out the paperwork. He got his case. I got my case. We put them in that overnight envelope. And, there's that feeling like, we did it, but yet you still don't know, right? You still haven't got the prize, but it's within tasting distance. It's there, it's close. It's so close. And that's the way it is when we begin to envision our dreams. We write our goals. We deal with the fears that are trying to lie to us constantly and tell us we can't do it, it's not possible, you're not capable. And you've got to be careful who you share your dreams with. There are people that are dream thieves. They will steal the dream out of you if you share it with the wrong person. I want to cheer you in your dreams, and I want to give you a pathway to get there. I want to give you a plan to get there. And I talk about that in Better Than You Think. That night we were so excited, just thrilled. we didn't have any money. I told you that. We had just enough money to share a Coke. I remember going into this little startup fast food restaurant. Go in there, we bought a Coke and got a water, and we sat down at the table. Our hearts were beating with anticipation and excitement, thinking we've won this contest. It's so exciting to think about, and I envisioned the picture. Do you know, when we got the official notice we had won the contest, we were like two kids in a candy factory, jumping around excited. I began to pack my clothes. I kept watching the video. And the day we went, wow, I went and found every spot visually I had seen in the video. I found those spots. I jumped in the crystal pool. I dove in. I, walked the lawn. I saw the ocean landscapes. I looked out the balcony. I ate the 5-course meal, even the liver pate, which I'd never heard of or had. I'm savoring every moment. But you know what? I started savoring that dream before it ever came to pass.